Hello. I got a chance to see Wicked, and today actually, and I saw it in 3D. I'll admit that I'm not into 3D movies anymore. I have a Stubs membership, and as a response to having it, I can see a lot of movies and kind of experiment. 3D doesn't feel like 3D anymore. It just feels like 2D. Like the movies have to be made for 3D, and I don't like it when movie theaters do that. Just because, like, for example, if you go to see something like Avatar, that's fine. But this one didn't feel like 3D. It just felt like I needed the glasses on, right? And so that's just a personal preference of mine. As for the movie did keep up with the same tone as the last movie. Being a part two, it definitely felt like they went straight to work into the next film or had already done some of it. My problem wasn't actually the acting. I mean, Cynthia and Ariana Grande, they did well. They played their characters. I would say I would have liked to see more of Ness in the relationship they had together. I would have also liked to see more romantic kissing sort of scenes. I felt like that one was just really a personal choice with the actress because it felt like it was supposed to be romantic, but then they just couldn't kiss each other, And like we all know why they couldn't kiss each other, but like that's kind of the tone that it put. Like we want to be romantic, so we're going to convey it the best way possible. That's why I also feel like, as crazy as this sounds, gay people should do gay roles, straight people should do straight roles, unless they're willing to do it right. Because this one felt like, ooh, I gotta kiss him that one time. Ooh, I gotta kiss him that two time. And it seemed like they were trying to make it seem like romantic enough to squeeze it in, but it clearly wasn't one of those things. Like somebody had to have been looking at it going, yeah, these two people don't look like they're about it. Like the first movie was definitely great because it was more like, oh, she's shy, oh, she, kind of have an interest in him, that sort of thing. This one looked like, um, okay, like, are we gonna? Nah, that's what it seemed like. And what's crazy about it is the movie had the potential to be a great film. I saw the play. And the play follows both of these films. The problem is the play is maybe like an hour, maybe a little bit over an hour. And this is 4 hours. And to take into consideration that if they did the movie like the play, this would have all been one movie. It would have been a very through and through movie. They meet at school. There's a backstory. They go off to meet the wizard after being in school. She's bullied. Ariana Grande's character, Glinda, they all find out that the wizard isn't real. She runs off. She becomes a villain. In The Wizard of Oz, she fakes her loss. She gets with the she gets with her boyfriend. And basically, they just part ways. This one explains where they went off to. They went off to a random place. This gives Glinda her powers at the end, or suggestively gives her powers, or lets her know that, hey, her friend is alive. To me, not given to. Well, I'm going to get to why I have a problem with Glinda as a character. But for Cynthia's character, I liked hers. It's just when they did her character for Dorothy, not only did they not show Dorothy, which is a problem, but they tried to limit how much you saw of the Wizard of Oz with the suggestion that you already know everything that's going to happen. But they chopped it up in a way that was too fast for the current storylines, and then the other witch who had powers didn't use her powers, I guess for time restraint or because she never had powers to begin with, which is strange because she's the one who taught Cynthia how to use the powers. So why would Ariana Grande walk in without powers telling her no? Then on top of that, it's like what they did with the animals were great. Where the animals went, them coming back, right? From the Badlands was fine. How people responded to the Wicked Witch being evil for the rest of her life was fine. I don't feel like the Ariana Grande scene that they showed up with first with Glinda, saying, "Hey people, I'm here. The Wicked Witch of the mayor is dead," was a great scene because they redid a lot of the scenes from the first movie that tried to kind of like ease you into the next phase of getting you emotional. Like, oh, is the witch dead? Or is the dude coming back? And for me personally, it was a waste of time. And the reason why I say that is because with The Wizard of Oz, they had a chance to explain that better. The first part of that movie could have been what the Wicked Witch was doing, her relationship with her sister, Glinda learning her magic from the witch that was basically they were under the privilege of and tutelage of. Then she becomes more quick. Like the fight scene was unnecessary unless she had her magic. Then another part of it was she was practically useless. She kind of just showed up and was like, "Hey, I don't believe you should do this," or "What are you doing?" The whole she was in love with this dude the whole time, and wanted his attention was within character. It made sense. It was a part of the drama. I just don't like the fact that they didn't give Glinda her powers, which they should have. Cynthia's character was not built towards the romance. They just conveyed that it was romantic. And then Dorothy. I don't want to make an accusation here. Maybe it sounds like it. But they should have gone deeper with Dorothy because those events went by fast. And then for the songs not to be memorable. And it felt like they didn't want a memorable song. They already had it. So they just kind of gave a little version of it here and then to keep you to the same hype it was at the end. But to me, it was a very long play that was just cinematically better than the theater, which is fine. But they didn't take the time out to rehash certain things. I mean, even when they were talking about we're going to go hunt the Wicked Witch, it was just a Cowardly Lion and a Tin Man. Where's Dorothy at? Where's the Scarecrow? And that's what's getting me upset. Is like you show up, you take Dorothy, you put her in the basement of the castle, and they're arguing with Dorothy inside. You never get to see Dorothy except one shot. And to me, it just felt like it was a way to not draw attention from the story of the Wicked Witch and Glinda. But it needed to be there, And then it presents a lot of questions like, so they just went into a hot balloon and left? Who's sending them back home? Another tornado? So like, even then, when she took the shoes, Glinda just says, "Follow the yellow brick road." She doesn't say you got to kill the Wicked Witch, which is fine. She doesn't say, "Hey, you need the shoes. You have to use these to get back home." No, it's just I gave you my best friend's sister shoes and then told you to go to the castle. And I believe that she went there alone without telling her teacher. So that also doesn't make sense as to why she would say go to the castle after she fell and how she would even know to go to the castle. So the teacher must have told her. But then when she gets there, it's really weird. Where it's like, what was your purpose of sending Dorothy off to Oz? I guess to find her way back home. And the response of it is, when she finds her way back home, it's not going to be the witch she meets. It's going to be the Oz who's going to send her away. Now, I do like the spin, and I saw that in the theater where she gives it back and he basically finds out he was the dad. And overall, I felt like they did copy the tone of the first movie. It's just, it felt chopped and edited of The Wizard of Oz to speed it along and to make you reminisce about the first movie. It felt like a second grab to a sequel that knew it was a sequel. You know, if I had to give the first one my rating, it would have been 7 out of 10. If I had to give this one a rating, it would have been 4 out of 10. Simply because I knew they could have been better in explaining The Wizard of Oz, and it would have been nice to see those characters as well. Not just the play side of it, but to go further into who they are. And not who they are as characters, but where they are in the story. So that's my review. My name's Justice, Movie Love, and I'll come back at you with Now You See Me. You guys have a wonderful day.